Yeah, I see you. You just like you. Just feel your arms. You know, feel your body. Yeah, I'm feeling. I'm feeling. I'm feeling. Okay, good. Of course, with what we are doing now, it's going to look strange to you. But after the break, we will continue the exercise, classical one. Just we'll go and very slowly. You know, there is a nice proverb that I learned when I was working in Rwanda and east of Africa. They said, you have the watch, here we have the time. And it's something, you know, I said, yes, we must have the time when we do this kind of work. When you work with kids, when you work with teenagers, when you work with adults, when you work in companies, when you work with teachers, you need to have the time. There is no hurry. We are not expecting nothing. And that's very important also. You don't expect, because you don't expect something, then you will get things. That will happen, you know, what we call moments, philosophical moments or anything, beautiful moments. You have to enjoy it, you know. If I tell you that my favorite philosopher is Spinoza, you know, like Oscar said, it was nice because we didn't talk about it this morning. To be away with your sad patience, just be happy, be joyful. I won't say happy, you know, because maybe it's too much, but at least try to enjoy it. And when you do this kind of work, you have to be fine with yourself. You have to be calm. It's for that I like this kind of exercise, you know, to feel it. And if you do that, especially when you work with kids, for example, Daman works with kids in the suburb where sometimes it's very difficult, you know, or when you work in company, you know, with this guy, they arrive, okay, how much money do I need to make today? You know, what can I sell today? Yeah, you have to be quiet, just look, be quiet. First of all, to think, you need to be conscious of what is going on. Okay? That's good. But we take a time. What I will ask you, and it's attitude very important also, is trust. I will ask you to trust me when we do the workshop. We don't know each other, but just to trust me. And to trust people is important. You know, when you go in places, and it's fun because I compare companies to school. When you hear people screaming, they spend their time screaming. Screaming for what? To spend your energy for what? You didn't do your work. What did you do? Wow. I said, but you must be very tired at the end of the day. When it's like that, or sometimes it happens, you know, you get just crazy. I sit and I wait, and I said, we cannot work like this. We cannot do anything. I wait, I sit, and sometimes, especially the kids, say, why don't you punish us? I said, why do you want to be punished? I said, look, I'm not the cop here. Forget it, you know. You don't want to do what I ask, but we wait. And you do that with adults, with teachers, with anybody. Just be quiet. Okay? All right. Just now, we go. Objective. You know, when you want to hold what I call some philosophical workshops with any kind of people. For example, I work in an hospital last year and this year with people, not doctor, but just how you call it, a nurse. With nurse, you know, we're going to work with like people who are going to die. I don't know how you call them, but you know, then I said, look, we have to go quietly. And of course, we work on a problem that it was important for them, even if I don't have any medicine elements or something. But you know, all the time you pick up things that can be, yes, that for example, you are a doctor, okay, you are doctor class, okay. We will use that some question about medicine, for example, what decision can I make if the patient is going to dead or something, you know what I mean. Any kind, but you will deal with this kind of problem. In companies, it will be the same. In schools, it can be also about everything. Then objective, when you do this kind of work. The thought allows to be with the others. Oh, I just wrote it because when I speak in, yes, I repeat, because when I speak in French, I don't need it, but when I'm in English, I prefer to have my paper with me to make sure I don't forget anything. Okay? But you can stop me if you don't understand something. The thought, thinking, thought, allows to be with the others. Huh? The speech allows to have its place in a discussion. Allows, permet. The thought constructs itself collectively. It also allows to learn with the others. And it's constructed also individually. Then there are, for me, 4 number of dimensions when we do philosophical practice. Pedagogical. Okay? You have to be understood by the others when you talk. You don't talk to yourself. You talk to be understood by the others. Okay? And for that, you must be willing to listen what the other says. You will see, when somebody asks a question, before answering, you will have to repeat the question, not word by word, but what did you get from the question? How can you discuss with someone if you don't understand the question? Okay? Cultural. You are learning to be what we did with this meditation exercise. By feeling your body and your mind, you are learning to be. Mernouche is Mernouche. She's not Nora. She's not Fana. But at the same time, to discuss with Fana, she has to be herself and she has to be with him. Then you can have exchange. Even if you don't like each other. Even if you say, he's my enemy, like kids say, why is saying bullshit? I said, look, here we forget about that. Listen to what he has to say. It's very important.
So, Isabelle,
yes.
The second dimension you call?
Yes, I call that four dimension. Cultural, this one, learning to be, to exist by speech. And then it becomes the tools of the thought. Okay? Social, by becoming conscious of yourself and of the others. And political. And what I call political for me is respect to the other and also self-respect. Yeah. And I learned something from Spinoza, He said, to be conscious is essential. But he had something. He said, to be conscious is not enough. You have to be conscious and to know the cause of your consciousness. You have to know the cause. Yes, you understand? The cause. Yes. Attitudes. Distanciation. We will work on that. To decenter oneself. To take your own thought, to watch it, to observe it. You are what you are, not what you want to be. And there is something from Descartes, the French philosopher. He said, don't take for yourself what is not yourself. Maybe I translate it badly, but in French, for the people who speak French, ne pas prendre pour soi ce qui n'est pas soi. Yes, don't take for yourself what is not yourself. Ignorance, idea of Plato. Plato, but also that we find, for example, in Nicolas de Cuse, he was a cardinal, German cardinal from the 15th century. He said it's the only attitude in front of the other, and the other also God. Okay, he was a very religious guy, And for example, if you take the idea of God, I like in Spinoza. He said God is the whole humanity, is the nature. It's very, very interesting, when you are, because if you see plenty of religious philosophers, they talk about God, Leibniz, Descartes, but Spinoza goes further. He said God, whole humanity, natura est, yes, in Latin, yes. Ignorant, to recognize your own ignorance in front of the other. unless you are conscious of your own ignorance, you cannot think. And you are not able to hear any other idea. Responsibility, what I said before, to commit yourself in your speech. You take responsibility of your own speech. Okay, you say something, it's all right. We take it and we work on it. We don't care, after, oh, it's not what I wanted to say, it's a matter of language. No, it's all right. Okay, you say that, and we're going to examine it. It's hypothesis. It's all right. We work on the object, not on the subject. When Emile talks, we will judge here, very important. We judge, because you judge everything. When you go to the bakery, if the lady is in the bad mood, when you go out, you say, what does she have, Okay, you say, I don't know, her husband was angry at her this morning, I don't know. But you have a judgment already. But it's not about really the subject, but more about of how she behaves, what she said. Sympathy. Idea of Plato, also that we find on the pragmatists like John Dewey. To engage sympathy with the other. Okay, the other has a different idea of yourself. Okay, it's not good, it's not bad, you don't care about that. It's an idea, and we're going to examine. And when you work, and especially, I don't know if some people work with kids here. Kids, big kids, yes, I know a few of you. It's for that I managed to do that, But, it's just to say there is no good answer and bad answer. There is answer, and we're going to see, does it make sense or it doesn't make sense? And we examine it. And I remember just, we have a speech about the idea of God. I just tell them a story, a very funny story about Nasruddin Hoxha, a guy from the 14th century. Oh, these books I wrote with Oscar, and it's going to be published in Russia. Soon, it's going to be in Iran, and also in Turkey, but we don't have any Turkish here. But, this day, we work a lot on tales with Oscar. We work now on Russian tales, also we analyze, exercise, and question. And I was reading them a story about God, And there was a kid, he said, God lied. And I was in a school, where most of the kids, they go to Quranic school on Wednesday. And so they said, yeah, God cannot lie. I said, look, we calm down. We're going to examine it, And it was very interesting to see these kids ready to fight. Just to say, okay, we listen. Can God lie or not? And of course, the teacher was a little bit worried, because all the time she has problems with the parents and the kids. But no, and it went fine, And I said to the kid, and of course I didn't thought about that. But we are, God can lie, and we have things, yes, why do you say he lied? And okay, why cannot he lie? And after I said, look, now, at the end, you go back with that to your home. You will see. And the teacher said, I'm going to get problem with the parents. Nobody said anything, But because the kids, of course, it wasn't the first time they saw me. I was working with them every week, in a school in Paris. And of course, at the beginning, I do that. Wow, I get a lot of trouble, like I did sometimes. But this time, no, the kids were, and they were just trustful. Oh, remember, Bernouche, when I was in Iran, with the club of teenagers, they went very far in what they were saying in front of people. But it was fine. They were just, because they just trust and they can speak freely. But remember, some of the girls, were very, very strong, You can get, no problem at all. And all the others, nobody said anything at the end, just respect and the speech. And for me, it's very important. It's a moment, where we think together. With your own thought, we are here to think together.
Isabelle?
Yes?
What's the name of the author? The author you mentioned?
The author? About what? Responsibility?
Yes.
Jean-Paul Sartre. Jean-Paul Sartre.
Oh, Sartre. Okay.
Sartre, French philosopher.
Yes, I know.
Yes. I'm sorry, but I don't know the philosophers. But okay, astonishment. Okay, this idea. To attention to everything that is said. To philosophize is to be surprised. Said Kierkegaard, the Danish philosopher, but you find also astonishment first in Aristotle. You know, it's very important to be astonished. Suspension of judgment, idea of Descartes. Authenticity, and more. You know, I can go on, but I won't. And, but just to know this attitude, very important when you do this kind of work. And like confrontation, very important, you know. Ideas that you find in Heraclitus or in Plato. Plato has this nice idea, say, come to the ring, take off your shirt, and come for the body to body. We're going to discuss now. Also, we find that in Nietzsche. But, of course, if you take the pragmatists, the Americans, they don't like this idea. Confrontation. You know? After, it's okay, you can have a coffee, you can have a beer together, it's all right. But accept to confront yourself with the other, what we call critical thinking. You go, you find a problem. It doesn't mean that what you say is wrong, but try to find a problem. It opens your mind. And we go on competencies. Idea of deepening, okay? Sometimes in the workshop, because there are different schools, for example, Ed, we can say he works with different schools, you know, and there are many, and most of them, they go on argumentation or concept. But we go also, one very important, what we call deepening, identifying, to search the content of an idea. It implies a number of activities. Justifying, to produce argument. I won't go back on that, Oscar explained yesterday. Explaining, we work on clarity, and this idea of clarity, very important, we find that in Descartes or in Spinoza. It takes every true idea, every clear idea is true. Very important. Explaining, then analyzing, synthesizing, give example, etc. Problematizing, criticizing, with objection, but also with question. We work also on questions this morning. And conceptualization. Okay. Oh, before I go on, you know, and I would like to do first a workshop, just to see. Does somebody has a question or any specific something that he didn't understand, he didn't get about anything? Please, you just raise your hand, and if somebody is missing something, no, it's all right for everybody. Yes, Emile. What do you want to do? Question or comment?
A question.
Question. Go ahead.
When you were talking about
yes, the question. What is the first word of the question?
I'm sorry, I misunderstood. I'm sorry.
No, don't. Why are you sorry?
No,
Emile,
yes.
remember meditation word. Just breathe. Everything is fine. Okay?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead. You said you have a question.
Yes,
right?
I have a question.
But I don't want to hear all of the things. Try to put your question first.
You were mentioning the elements, the pedagogical, the cultural, the social, and the political.
Yes?
And then you...
but what is your question?
My question is the cultural one, how that one...
Look, I want a question.
Uh-huh.
You say you have a question.
Yes.
Workshops has begun already, you know, since you sit in this place.
Yeah.
You said you have a question. What is your question?
In that sense, no. Then I don't have a question.
Oh, you don't have a question?
Then I don't have a question.
Then what do you want to do? Just a comment?
Yes, just a comment.
Okay, please go on with your comment.
Yeah. What do you think? When you mentioned the 4 elements.
Yes.
Yes. The cultural one.
Yes.
Could you recite that again?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what we're going to do. I won't do it, you know.
No.
You're going to ask anybody who understood this point about the cultural dimension. Just raise your hand if you understood it. Okay. You see? Yes. I like that. I saw that man. explain. You pick up someone, the one you want, and you ask him or her to explain.
Daman, could you please explain the culture dimension?
The cultural dimension is the capacity to basically be conscious of the self and be conscious of the person you're talking to. Am I correct in that sense?
We'll check. Emile, did he answer your question? Just yes or no?
No.
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 Okay. Then what do you want if he didn't answer the question? Look, is it that he didn't answer your question, or is that you were expecting something else?
I was expecting something else.
But look, if you are expecting something else, does it mean that you have already something in mind? Yes or no?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, what is the cultural dimension for you?
I just got confused in the sense that I felt that I wrote the same things.
Yeah, but look, Emile,
Mm.
okay, you know what I do? I have to do that. It works. You just sit. Sit, and you put your hands here, and you must feel, I don't know what is that, plastic or
Yeah.
fluid, okay? And you breathe, okay? Hey, go slowly. We go back on this. You ask a question, right, about the cultural dimension. The man gave you an answer,
Yes.
but visibly you were expecting something else, okay? If you're expecting something else, that means that you have already something in your mind, right? Yes or no?
No.
No. Then why don't you accept what the man said?
Because I associate.
No, I didn't. Oh, I say what? Sorry, excuse me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I associated that with something else, with another dimension.
Okay. Oh, then what the man said, you associate it with another dimension, right? With which dimension?
The social one.
The social one. Then for you, what will be the cultural one?
I wrote down be yourself.
Yourself.
Yeah, be yourself.
Be yourself. But then look, why do you ask someone if you have already an idea?
Because I reckon it wasn't right. I reckon it was something else.
You thought, but you see, do you see a problem now? Are you a good student? Usually, are you a good student?
Yeah, I would say so.
You see, here we forget about the good students. There are only students. Just listen, okay?
Yes.
It's all right, but just we check anyway, because I just won't let you with this. Who has an idea about the cultural dimension? First of all, who takes what Daman said? Just raise your hand. Only one person. Who doesn't take it and thinks it's something else? Okay. People. And who doesn't know? Great. I love that. Zoran, what is your problem?
Mine?
Zoran.
My problem is that I'm confused with also cultural and social image.
Yes, but look, then why didn't you raise your hand when I asked if somebody has a question about something, Because that you find that all the time. With kids, but with others. And in any kind of things, People are so afraid of the other to look stupid or anything, they don't say anything. Okay? And okay, you say it. What will happen, The ceiling won't fall down on your head, or I don't know. Just try to think about it. Why didn't you say something? And I thank Emile for that, because he was the only one, even if he wasn't sure, but at least he said, look, I have a problem, I didn't get something. And that's, for me, important, just to oser penser, just ose le dire, how you say that in English? Yes, dare to say it. Okay, don't be afraid. And Emile said, okay, look, I have a problem with something. It's fine. Okay, and I prefer that, and that I want. And when you work with the people, you know, people are so afraid of them. They want to preserve their image or anything. You see that in companies, you know. You see all these directors, I remember they were just like that, with their very nice, expensive suit, just sitting, you know, just like they were afraid of the others, you know. It's terrible, you know, because you cannot think at this moment. You see, just say it. I didn't get the point. Okay, that one wasn't sure, right or wrong. Okay, but he said it, and what? And it was really, and really, you know, and if I see everybody's like that, we go back on walking outside. Maybe you didn't have enough to do that, but you know, we go back. And you know, just to breathe, you have to feel yourself. Okay, very important, mind and body, to feel it. In order to think, in order to dare to speak, in order to dare to think. Does it talk to you, what I said?
Sorry?
Does it talk to you, what I said?
Yes.
Yes? Okay? Okay. Fine. Then we go back. Does somebody, can somebody explain about this cultural dimension? Please. Somebody understood? Thinks he understood.
Cultural.
Okay, Yolanda, go ahead.
Cultural dimension has to do with understanding of people within different backgrounds, and it's like putting yourself in the shoes of the other in order to understand the other.
Okay. Who takes what Yolanda said? Raise your hand. Okay, most of you. Who doesn't take it? Okay. Who doesn't take it? Look, two people. Okay, we go. Yolanda, pick up someone. You have Ed and Alexei. And all the time, please pick up someone who didn't speak yet, in order to make everybody that it's turns. Huh?
Your name?
Alexei.
Alex. Why didn't you agree?
I don't take because I remember it was something else.
What was it?
I don't know.
But look, how do you know it was something else if you don't remember it?
I remember it was not this, but I don't remember what it was.
Does it make sense? Imagine, you know, you have someone, he says it. Does it make sense to you or it doesn't make sense? He said, oh, it's not this. But I know it's not this, but I don't know what is it.
Yes, it can make sense. Yes, it makes sense.
It makes sense for you. And if I ask to the common sense, what will they say? That it makes sense or doesn't make sense?
It makes sense.
It makes sense? Do you want me to ask everybody?
You can.
No, not I can. If you say you can if you want. No, if you say, oh yes, why not?
Yes, yes.
Astonishment.
Yes, yes.
Or if you say, no, you can if you want, I don't care. I don't do it. What do you prefer?
Ask everybody.
Yes? Okay? You know, I won't force you. No, I'm not, it's okay. It's too tired for me to force people, you know. But I want you to, just to think about it. For me, more important than to force, you think. I'm not the mother, I'm not you, I'm not anything, you know. Just, I'm here now. Maybe tomorrow I won't be here again. I don't know. Okay? Or at the end of the weekend. Yes. Okay, then we ask. For whom it makes sense, what happens with Alexei? You know, Alexei said, I repeat, usually I don't know what is it. I know it's not that, but I don't know what is it. And about the common reason, who thinks it makes sense, raise your hand.
What makes sense?
What makes sense? Yes, what Alexei says.
It makes sense.
Yes, does it make sense? For whom it makes sense? 8, 9. For whom it doesn't make sense, raise your hand. Okay, who doesn't know? Some people didn't raise their hand. You know, I repeat again. Okay, Alex said, I know it's not is not that, but I don't remember what is it. Okay? And I say, for whom it makes sense, what Alexis said, raise your hand.
Sorry, what were you asking now?
It's
Yeah,
really-
just to know if it makes sense or no. For example, I said, no, it's not what I said, it's not that, but I don't remember what is it. Yes? For whom it makes sense. Okay. For whom it doesn't make sense. Raise your hand. Okay. Alexei, pick up someone for whom it doesn't make sense.
Mhm.
Yes, somebody who didn't speak
No.
yet. Yes?
Why for you my approach doesn't make sense?
Because you have to have an idea. If you know something isn't, you have to have an idea of what it is. No matter how, you can't just say, I have no idea what it can be, because you have to have, if you have no idea at all, it could be the suggestion, but you have to have an idea of what it is to be sure that it's not that.
Alexei, do you understand what Nora said?
Yes?
Yes? What do you think about what she said? You agree or you don't agree? It
I
convinces
don't
you or
agree.
no? You don't agree. Somebody else has another objection.
Objection to Nora?
Yes.
To-
No, to Alexei. Another objection. Okay, Alexei, pick up someone.
That is, why do you don't accept my statement?
The question was, does it make sense?
Yes.
It doesn't make sense because basically you repeat what Yolanda said, but you say, but that's not it. But you don't add anything, any content. So, because you cannot add. You said, I don't know what it is, but what you said, it's not the case. So it doesn't add anything.
You get the objection or not, Alexei? You understand or not?
Yes,
Max, what do you think? You take it or not? And you know, and then I'm just asking you, you forget about Alexei, you know, just to see. Just
Yeah.
add what he said. Yes, does it make sense or not?
no, it doesn't make sense.
Oh, it doesn't make sense. Then you maintain what you said,
Yes.
right? Okay. Somebody else, just a third one.
Dmitry,
Yes?
why what I say doesn't make sense?
Because what you say, it's not this, it could be anything in the world. And it's because, yes, and but you don't, it's like, I don't agree with it, but I don't know what it is. And it's like your opinion, I disagree, and you don't suggest anything. And it, in your preposition, it could be anything, but
Anything but this.
No, no, Alexei,
not
please.
accept this.
Alexei,
And
please.
it's not make sense.
It's not a debate between you and
Yes,
Dimitri.
and
Dimitri is fair.
it's like, it could be green, it could be, it's any category or criteria, it's anything. Green, long, and it doesn't make sense.
Alexei, did you hear what Dimitri, yes, right? I pronounce correctly
Yes.
your name? Yeah, Dimitri? Did you hear what he said?
Yes, I hear.
Yeah? Makes sense or it still doesn't make sense?
Still doesn't make sense.
It still doesn't make sense. Are you stubborn sometimes?
Yes, maybe, but I have the argument why it doesn't make sense.
You have the arguments. Okay. Okay, then you have the arguments. Okay, go ahead with your arguments.
Dmitri's argument against
Yes.
against my statement was that it can be anything, so it doesn't make sense. My argument against this argument is that it can be anything but the statement which was pronounced. It's not everything, but it's everything excluded the version I heard.
Ah,
Hmm.
and-
So that's what I add. So that's what I add. when I say I don't agree with this.
Okay. For whom it's clear what Alexei said, just raise your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Agree?
No,
If we agree?
it's clear.
Oh.
Not agreement. No, here it's not a debate.
Uh-huh.
Just, is it clear what he said?
Oh.
For whom it's clear? Yes? Understand? 3, 4, 5. Okay. Half of them. Okay, we didn't get what he said. Okay, yeah, you know, it's check. Okay. Okay, but I won't go on this a long time. You know, it's part of the process. You know, but just when you say something, that doesn't mean that what you say is wrong. But at the same time, and it's for that I'm asking you about the common sense. Usually, if you say, look, it's not that, but I don't know what is it. Usually, it makes sense or it doesn't make sense. Yeah, in the common way. You know, if you go to the supermarket in Clancy, you talk with the people, ordinary people, not intellectual people, not. For the majority, what will they say? That it makes sense or it doesn't make much sense? And you know, you don't have to answer. But here is the point, you know? Just try to think about it. Of course, you can find very good argument about what you say. I'm sure about that. But, like I say, we are not in a debate here. Just here to think. And also, to hear what the other have to say. Then just go, you have 3 objections, just think about it. Now, I work with kids, I said, it's just like McDonald's, it's to take away, you know? Just think, that's it. You know, for me, just thinking is a process. We are not here to convince anybody, just to think about it. That's okay?
Yes.
And it was just kind of exercise I like to use, you know. I don't care about the content, but just to see. Common sense, common reason, you know, idea of Descartes. Common reasons is a thing where the most share, I don't know how to say it in English. Le sens commun est la chose au monde la mieux partagée. Le sens commun, common sense, is the thing la mieux partagée. The most shared, yes, by everybody. Okay?
Is the most common shared by?
No, concept is most shared with everybody.
Yes. Okay? Does it talk to you? Yeah? Usually. Okay? So for that I said, forget about yourself. Just, you don't exist anymore. To be with the other, you learn not to exist anymore. And because you learn not to exist, then you can exist. Yeah? You like this idea?
Yes.
Okay, very good.
Doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense. Why do you say it doesn't make any sense?
Because it sounds logically completely contradicting. You should stop
Logically.
existing to be able to exist.
Yeah, okay, but think about it, you know. But are you a logical guy?
Definitely not. I'm a metaphysician. Metaphysician.
Okay. All right. But now, anyway, I have a small exercise to propose. Everybody has a piece of paper, yes, a pen and everything. Okay, but before anyway we go on, just to make sure. Does anybody has still a problem with what we have done until now? Yes, please, Ivan.
Yeah, I have a problem with the cultural dimension.
Oh, good job. I repeat it.
Yes.
Okay? Yes, of course. Oh, but if you want that, I can give it to you on by internet. You know, it's always a document that I use when I work with people. Okay, culture is learning to be to exist by speech, and then it becomes the tools of the soul. It's okay?
Yes.
Yes?
And it's not what Isabelle said.
No.
Yes. Okay.
You know, it's always, but you know, it's always interesting to hear what the other understood.
Yeah.
And you ask, thank you for this. Nobody asks, I don't say anything, you know. Everybody is the teachers of the others here, you know. Okay. But of course, I trust people, and I trust that there will be at least one who will say, look, we still have a problem about it. Then Thank you. Yes,
Learn
Violetta.
to be, to exist by speech,
Yes.
and
Yes.
last.
And then it becomes a tool of the soul. Okay? Cultural. Pedagogical, cultural, social, political. Okay? Like 4 dimensions, you know. All right? Pedagogical, cultural, social, political. Okay? But you know, I can send you this if you wish, you know. Yes. Oh, you want me to explain more? You didn't understand? Oh, social and political. Okay. Who took a note about social and political? Okay, ask someone who didn't speak yet.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, please, maybe we just can do that. Can you just give your names, please? First name. Julia.
Anna,
Sylvia.
Alexei,
Laura.
Yolanda.
Paula,
Violetta.
Nelson,
Zoran?
Klaus,
Ed,
Dmitry,
Jakuba.
Ivan,
Chloe,
So what? Okay.
Yes, it's easy to remember.
Maybe you can put a paper on this.
Yeah. This was very important.
So Jakuba, please. Okay, the social dimension is about being conscious of yourself and being conscious of the other, and political is to have respect for the other.
Okay, understand the, yes. You know, of course, you can say it's yeah. Okay, just to make it clear. I don't want to go on stage.
No.
Yeah? Okay, fine. Okay, we go on the exercise. Just wait when you are ready. Yes, okay. Should you trust? Okay. Then I have a question. Okay, or the exercise. Maybe I just can say a few words about the exercise. Yes, I like to work on exercise. You know that. Then I will ask you to answer by yes or no to the following question and give one argument. Okay? Make it short and clear. And then we will use what Hegel was a German philosopher, what he called about internal critique and external critique, where each hypothesis will be questioned in order to go deeper. Remember, first competencies, deepening. That means that we won't take many opinions, but one hypothesis, and we will work on it. Okay? And then we go with questions, objections, and when one hypothesis will have been worked, we will take a second one and compare them with concept. What we'll do today is a basic, for me, is a basic thing when you do a workshop, especially a first workshop. Basic. After you use it and you can imagine different kind of stuff like Oscar did with the papers on the wall, but it's something very basic I use, and you can do that anyway. Schools, companies, teachers, with all people, you know, it's really everybody. Very simple. And we will use reformulation to make sure the person who questions and the person who answers understand each other. Okay? Alright. Then first question, should you trust someone who had hurt you? Initial question. I'll write it down on the paper.
should you trust someone who has hurt you?
Should you trust someone who okay, question, and you answer by yes or no and give one argument. Nora, for Forget about the neighbor.
So what is her?
Hurt.
Okay.
Hurts.
Church.
Something that hurts.
Yes.
Someone who has hurt you.
Hurt.
Usually plays.
Okay.
You got it? Okay. Does somebody has a problem with the instruction?
No?
Just raise your hand if somebody has a problem with the instruction. Nobody. I like that. Okay. Elena, please, can you repeat the instruction? What do you have to do?
I have to make the answer with the argument, and it has to be clear.
Okay. Answer with an argument, and it has to be clear. Okay? Please, who takes this? Raise your hand.
Who?
Who takes this? What Elena says. Doesn't take it. Who thinks she forgets something? Raise your hand. Okay, pick up someone who didn't speak yet. Silke.
I think you first say yes or no. And that's what she forgot.
Okay. Did you forget yes or no? And Silke, is it important this yes or no answer for you? Yes or no?
Yes.
Why?
Because one argument can fit with the yes and with the no.
Okay. But you know the fact that I asked to answer by yes or no, does it imply something special or no?
I don't
Does it imply something special or no? It doesn't matter.
It probably implies something.
Okay, what can it imply? If you say it implies something, be more precise. The fact that I asked to answer by yes or no, does it imply something for you? Or not really?
Yeah. For me, it's you have to choose yes or no, and then make the argument.
Yes, but the fact that I ask yes or no, what does it imply? Or
I
nothing?
don't know.
You don't know? Okay, then maybe it's not important what she forgot.
Yes, could be.
It could be. Okay, but here you know we take position. Okay, if you say could be, you don't know. For you, is it important that she forgets yes or no?
Yes, for me it's important.
For you, it's important. Why it's important?
Because I can give an argument but not answer the question. With yes or no.
Okay. Yes. For who takes what Silke said? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Somebody else has another hypothesis to propose with this yes or no?
Please, could you repeat your hypothesis?
No, I don't repeat anything. Repeat
Make
it,
sure
please.
it's
Yes.
because
Oh, I will ask you to speak louder to make
Yes.
sure everybody understands.
I can speak loud. What do you want to hear?
at your position.
I say I can give an argument, but with that argument I still didn't say yes or no. I can have one argument that fits the yes, and I can have the same argument that fits the no as well.
Yeah, Violetta?
So that I'm not answering the question.
Okay, somebody else has another idea to propose with this yes or no? Okay, please, Silke, pick up someone who didn't speak yet.
If
Yes, I think by answering by yes or no, you have to take a position. You have to agree or disagree with the question. So that's the most important thing.
Yeah, Silke, makes sense also? Yes? Elena? Yeah? What did you, yes? But why did you forget this yes or no? Do you have to make choice or not? Do you have to take positions?
Yes.
But why did you forget it?
I don't know.
You want to know?
Yes.
Then no, please. Try. Yes. Let's go. Yes. Of course. Yes. I like that.
maybe I was thinking that
Louder. Elena, please louder.
to choose yes or no in this case.
It's R. But look, if it's R to choose yes or no, usually, do you like to take positions or not? If it's R,
Yes.
you like to take position, even if it's R.
Yes.
Then why did you forget it?
I like, but I.